It is not race day, I'm fixing broken shit. ST Shock Technologies. This is Jake's shop here in Brownsburg, and we have all the 5T cars here as well as his shock place. So checking our stuff on the weekend and chuck it on this and check it out. So my stuff's a little different than normal, but it's not too different. It's really not. Right now I'm going through my left front. It's all apart here. It's on my shaft. I'm checking to see in the light if any shims are bent. That's not clean, so it's hard to show, but uniform in the light. And that's on the piston works here. That goes on the rebound side, and that's the compression side. It's a lot less compression than rebound. And then in here is an adjusted needle and a medium rod. I would take that apart, but I don't really need to right now. And punch the travel marker in half, which I thought it did a lot worse. So this is a travel marker here, just an O-ring like that. So punch the travel marker in half, so it bottomed out, so I just wanted to check it out. But the oil was a little gross actually, so I'm gonna put new oil in it. Check over everything. I might as well take that apart while I have it. So this is pretty much the needle and jet, how it all works. It's got a little one-way ball. Needle goes out like this. And this is your adjustment, so when you click your rod end, it moves this up and down the hole through this, like that. And that's done, where the friggin' hell the rod end went? Here. That's done through the clicker of this rod end. And then that's hooked up to a cable on the shocks, so that's how we have cockpit adjustable shocks. It's not terribly difficult. I'm fiddling with shims to see if anything's bent from a little incident, and a few of them are on their way out because I dynoed them and they were just within like a threshold I'd have, and they really weren't amazing. So I'm going to tear some apart and see where we're at. So I think I've created a revolution here. Oh god, I accidentally printed my shock sheets from the label maker. Good job. Yeah, they're all dynoing fine now. So they're all dynoing a bit soft, and I wasn't terribly pleased, but I'm like, why does it feel so good in the car? And then I just accepted it, and then I'm glad I accepted it. Alright, Putnamville tonight. It is standing water here, but that's okay. It's better to be wet than not, but that might mean it might be a little soft and maybe come on a little later. So the track shape seems a little different. It seems to be real smooth up here now, and yeah, it looks like there's patchy grip and then dry spots and then grip again, but it looks decent. I lost my microphone, so sorry about that. I will find it again. It's just somewhere silly. Much more of a drop off down the back now. Not that I can't hang off and come back on, but we drew 33. That should be about, I don't know, mid-pack, so that should be nice and easy. And yeah, let's see how we hot lap and qualify. There you go. Zach.
fresh off of his first victory on American soil. He's at a client Victoria, Australia, driving the NBL Transport, Wingo Freeland Power, DRC Easy Print, Innovative Slots, Runner Supply, and Local Print on number 77. This is Todd Hobson. Todd Hobson at the number 77, 18 passes on his opening lap, 14:04:35, 4:35 seconds in the number 77. Picked up a weekly win of a Paragon back on June 28th. Up at Kokomo, had a 20th place finish on Thursday, comes around, jumps to 9th quick at a 12:997. 12:997 for Todd Hobson on lap number 2.
That's okay. I think I'll sit up there.
Still 9.
Well, top 30 invert, we've nearly qualified 30 cars. That felt really good. I'm still probably a little timid with the cushion, but...
It would really just exit at 2 is where it looked the worst.
I think everyone's going to end up doing that. I have to get it more in the middle to get it square.
Alright, I'm hiding in the car again, but shit, qualified 10th at Usac show out of 45 cars. It's pretty good. We hit a bit of pill draw roulette. The only one really to hit, the last car probably hit the 12s other than CJ Leary, so that was alright. Our shit's so freaking good everywhere. I felt really free though, but you want to be free and rotate in that cushion, so it all just wanted to go the right way. That's a big thing. Wanted just to screw it. I usually slide to it, and I just said, screw it, I'm gonna run the right front in it. And it was a lot better, so I'm good. I think I grab a big handful of that too, and that really saved my lap. Everyone was sort of sliding below it, not trying to get into it too hard, but I sort of got it real hard in the 3/4 of the way around and then hit it real hard on exit, and that like catapulted me down the straightaway. And I was tempted to run the bottom up the other end, but it's just, I was carrying so much speed, I'm like, it has to be decent. And it was, so finally got a good result qualifying with USAC. The heat race is the next hard part. You're penalised a lot, so we start 5th in the final heat. We could have any bloody racetrack, let's just say that. They might even do a rework. Let's keep an eye on it.
Must-win situation here as he brings it past an unsettling start Cannon to the green.
Grant is in a must-win situation. Timahako tries to beat him to the bottom side of the racetrack. Justin Grant going to give it all that he's got and come out with the advantage down the backstretch.
Looked like they may have rubbed sidewalls there just a little bit as they worked off in turn number 2, but Grant going to lead in the NOS Energy Top Industries number 4. Mahako running that second spot. Stockin tried the high side on the start, now going to relegate it down to the bottom as he's going to have the 77 Hobson currently behind him in the final transfer spot. That leaves Robert Ballou currently on the outside looking in.
Robert Ballou sitting in that 5th position, has a good look to the outside of Hobson, this time by. But opts for the middle side of the racetrack, still seems to find a little bit of something, but not quite enough to get around the 77 Hobson.
We saw Danner using the middle of turns 3 and 4 during his heat race. Ballou going to try that line on the 77, going to pull up next to him here as they make the way into turns 1 and 2. This time going to go all the way to the cushion. The Madman with a run onto the back straightaway. He and Hobson both going to fire off at about the same time, as that's a good battle for the transfer spot here. The 12 to the middle, the 77 down to the bottom. At the line, it's going to be Ballou by .035.
Hobson's still going to continue to fight for that position on the bottom side of the racetrack with the 12 of Robert Ballou, and sort of forcing him out of that groove this time by Robert Ballou going to have the transfer spot.
So Robert able to clear in that middle groove in turns 3 and 4, takes it down to the bottom over turns 1 and 2. Hobson going to try to look to his inside, may have tapped the left rear of the 12, let him know he's still there. Up front though, run away with this one right now. Justin Grant in the 4, his advantage over the field, currently sitting at 2.589 seconds with 4 laps remaining. Mahako sitting in that second spot. Stockton running in third, Blue running in fourth. Hobson, Parker, Crum, Irvin, and Eller currently running out your field.
Now Robin Blue closer to the third place car. Chase Stockton is to the fifth place car. Todd Hobson going to look for one more spot for insurance as Hobson continues to hang in there.
What a launch by the 92 and the 12 onto the back straightaway, both off of that inside line. Justin Grant with 2 to go. White flag coming next time. Mahako all by himself in second. Stockton and Blue not really able to make up any ground on him. The only driver really still working the high side of this one is the 83C, a Chance Crum at this point. Pretty much, hey, they're not there. That's where I'm going to try. We'll switch his lineup a little bit that time over turns 3 and 4 as your leader has found the white flag. He's got less than a half a lap to go as they work off into turns 3 and 4. In a must-win situation, and well, he's going to win it. Justin Grant coming around to get the job done here in Car IQ Heat Race number 5. Tom Mahako in second. Chase Stockton in third. Robert Ballou in the final transfer spot. Hobson, Parker, Crum, Irvin, and Eller unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he comes to you out of Ione, California, driving the NOS Energy Drink, MPV Logistics, Top Industries, Kistler Max at number 4. Give him a hand, Justin Grant. Ready to go to the green, side by side with NOS Energy start can. 12 times round 4, going to move on into the feature. We're underway. Going to dash on the turn 1 and 2. We'll see how things shake out as they work onto the back straightaway. It will be the 12-1 lead. Brandon jumping up into race lead here. Challenge for the third spot. Here comes Connell with the 86. The roads are low, wide open in turns 3 and 4. Likewise in turns 1 and 2. He's going to have the transfer spot. Trying to get up by Hobson for third. Hobson can hold that position. We've got one coming in hot on the inside. Up across the racetrack. That was Cale Coons. Going to pick off one. Takes away from Shelby. Hitting your leader. Just went over the top of the racetrack over in turns 1 and 2 though. Bo Brandon running away in a hurry. Now nearly relegated to the back of the field. He kept the car rolling. We avoid the caution. But what a massive misstep by the driver number 21B as Cale Drake going to take over at the front of the field. Todd Hobson up in second. Shane Connell and Cale Coons down to a transfer spot. He'll set his sights on the 86. Trying to grab third. Wasn't able to get there fast enough. Rolls her up top side through turns 1 and 2. Your leader rolling into turns 3 and 4. Drivers trying to make their way forward. Look a little bit further back. Swanson and Danner, those two in the battle right now. As they'll come around to the front straightaway, that'll be the battle for the 6th and 7th position. Shelby into the 71. Right now on the outside looking in. He's got the 5D and the 39 starting to close in on him. Coons with the slide, still trying to get third. Contact off of the right rear. Connell, nearly disastrous outcome there off the exit of turn number 4. He slams her hard off the cushion over turns 1 and 2. Cale Coons again coming after the spot into turns 3 and 4. Backs her up the racetrack. Connell rolls right through the middle. We've got one up on the racetrack. That is Danner in the 39. Caution light's going to come on. Slaps and trying to make him up here. Cale Drake leading. Todd Hobson in second. Cale Coons wheeling and dealing his way up into the third spot. Shane Connell going to restart in the final transfer position. They work by the NOS Energy start can as we're back underway. Connell on the attack as we got one upside down over turns 1 and 2. Red light's going to come on. That is the 5. So get a look at it here as they slow the frame rate down. Let's go down to Drake.
Just got to look at the 5T of Jake Swanson's car, and it currently looks like the only damage on this race car is the left rear tire has popped up off the bead. We'll see if they go back to the Indy Metal finishing work area, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to take this to the trailer and just take a provisional and make it in the feature event tonight.
Middleton Farms, Minnick Enterprises, right with Frank and Maryland Minnick, number 2B in command. Thompson to the 77. Restarts in second. Cale Coon, Shane Connell, those 4 drivers sitting in transfer spots as we're back underway. Harley Burns pacing around the inside, going after Shelby Hinton here on the restart. Hinton able to roll by on the outside as they work into turns 3 and 4. Burns not done. Caution. The 10. 10 him down in the mid area. Unfortunately, his semi-feature event going to come to a close. 5 laps remain. Cale Drake continues to lead. Hobson on the attack here in the restart. Up across the racetrack, looks for the lead. They're going to go side by side this time into turns 3 and 4. Drake to the inside, going to answer. They work across the racetrack. Driver also coming after him is going to be Cottle. Contact into the side of the 63. Cottle. Goons come together over in turns 3 and 4. Great save by both drivers. They keep it upright. Goons going to hold the 3rd spot here. The 77 not done looking for the lead. Cale Drake has it as they work around to the front straightaway. Now here comes the 63. Cale Coons down to the inside. He'll try to slide for second. He's got it onto the back straightaway. Hobson will work back to his inside. We'll see if he can answer this time into turns 3 and 4. Coons off of the cushion. Squeezes between the 77 and the wall around to the front straightaway as we've got 2 to go. Drake leading. Cale Coons trying to chase him down. And that 63, Todd Hobson, Shane Connell still sitting the transfer spots right on the outside looking in. It's going to be Chance Crum and Shelby Hinton. The 83 down to the bottom, works by the 71 here. The 39 of Briggs Danner also closing in on that, trying to avoid sitting this one out as he'll tag the tractor tire onto the back straightaway. That's going to cost him dearly, but the checkered flag is out in this one. And Cale Drake is going to move on into your feature event. Cale Coons going to go along with them with Todd Hobson and Shane Cottle with the final transfer spot. So the 4 drivers moving on. Shane Cottle in 4, Todd Hobson in 3rd, Cale Coons in 2nd. Your winner in your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature events out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. The Pendleton Farms Minnick Enterprises Honest Abe Roofing number 2B. Race fans, give him a hand at Cale Drake.
When I fucked all the momentum, I was thinking slow.
Hey?
I was worried when I broke all the momentum that I was slow. You never split it.
You had to shoot him, otherwise Carl was going to come at you anyways.
That's what I'm saying, like you got such a bad restart every time. He slips that below it every fucking time. Try to be smart, but
Hey, you look good, so.
Huh?
You look good anyways, so.
And I was like kicking out too, and that's why I kept doing fucking hard. I don't even know what to do.
Hey?
I don't know what to do with that. I feel like it's starting to do the same shit that he's like. It's not bad.
But you're entering a lot, right? So
that was probably the best I've ever felt around this place. This place always eluded me, that curb's always intimidated me. And I'm glad we just had a track where I could just ease up to it. Like they prepped the top, I knew that was, I gassed it up there once or twice, and I knew that was the place I needed to be. It's good I got the middle sort of on the start. I just wanted to run above that hole and turn it down the hill, and luckily we got in the second. But I started over driving it a bit, and Cale started getting away, and then once I actually let my tyres catch up a little bit, I was just on kill mode. Like that's just how you have to be in Usac all the time. Because if you start to get complacent, that's when they hound you, and then you go from 2nd to 7th like I did at SmackDown last year, 3 laps. But anyway, I knew the top was very fast paced. Shane tried to get me once. I think that was the only shot he had at me. But anyway, because of how the Usac format works, we don't start like 18th, we start 11th. So I'm really excited for that.
Brake into 4 wide. Ladies and gentlemen, our drivers salute. Thank you for coming out to enjoy tonight's racing action as they work onto the back straightaway. Ladies and gentlemen, light up them cell phones and rise to your feet. It's time to make some noise for the Ruts and Guts Thrill Ride and the Usac AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. This is what you save your lunch money for. To the green of the Sprintacular.
Yeah, let's go ahead and push them up there.
got gritty. Probably blew it in there, below it. Then we had this car. You can take a lot of the curb, but I took too much and about destroyed our race car there. But sure, I Chase wanted to kill me for 20th. But anyway, I like chasing all that, but I thought that wasn't the smartest thing I've ever seen. But I was trying to, I had a real bad shatter in my front end. I thought the drag link might have been buckling up, but it was actually the shock broke off and caused it just to bounce on the spring and no dampening. But anyway, the middle was fun. I should have just probably sold out and stayed there in 1-2, but I just felt like it was getting bottled up and I had to try something different. But Cottle's running the bottom, he's going to be down there. He did a really good job there, and then I sort of didn't see anyone for a while, and then, yeah, anyway. Now we're in July, and I've made every feature, every Usac feature. I know it's probably not ideal we're out so early, but I'm just freaking happy to be here, and these guys, like, deserve this time. So put the work in, and, yeah. I hate I keep crashing it, but whatever. I guess we're having a go. I just found my limit, and it went a bit too far, so... Anyway, we'd like to start money and go back to Paragon, I guess, back in the swamp.